Welcome to Cat TV Honors. In the month of November, we are paying tribute to our local veterans. Tonight, we honor
Michael Komar. Mike went to boot camp at the Great Lakes from December of 1968 until February 1969. After boot camp, he served 4 years, from May of 1969 through December of 1972, aboard the USS Newman K. Perry as a DD-883 Associate Gunner's Mate. He made 2 Mediterranean cruises while aboard, also a training cruise to Gitmo and Cuba in 1970. Harold Fair. Harold enlisted in February 1945. He was sent aboard the USS Midway and became a plank owner, which means he owns one of the planks of her flight deck. He was an Airedale keeping planes running and was part of Operation Frostbite, researching the effects of extremely cold weather and testing their winter clothing in the icy waters of Labrador and Greenland. He was honorably discharged on July 30th, 1946, and he received the World War II Victory Medal from the Navy. Chad Howell. We are so proud of our son, who served 5 years as a Seabee in the United States Navy. He joined right out of high school and chose to serve proudly with the Seabees. Charles Krozik. Charles served in the Navy from 1979 to 1983, with his home ports of Pearl Harbor and Japan. He also served in the Vermont National Guard from 1976 to 1979 and from 1996 to 2011, and was deployed to Kuwait in 2005 and Afghanistan in 2010. He was awarded numerous awards during his many years of service. Normand LeBlanc. Norm served in the Navy from 1988 to 2012 as a Seabee. He participated in OIF and OEF tours and retired CMCS, SCW, FMF.
Warren Brundage. Warren served as a U.S. Navy radio operator during the Korean War. After he left the Navy, he married Betty Cohn, and they settled in Bennington. Warren worked as a U.S. postal letter carrier for over 30 years. He was a very active member of the VFW Post 1332 and volunteered many hours assisting veterans. Warren was also a member of the American Legion Post 13 and the Elks Club 567.
Donald Tatterow. Senior Chief Tatterow served 22 years in the United States Navy. He served aboard destroyers for 7 years on deployments to the Mediterranean Sea, and the ship visited Greece, Italy, France, Gibraltar, and Monaco. In 1956, the ship was called to duty in the Suez Canal area to assist Americans caught in the line of fire from the French Air Force bombing the Suez Canal. The ship steamed 30 days under Condition 3 and left for Barash, Iraq prior to heading home through the Suez Canal. Senior Chief Tatterow was transferred to Quonset Point, Rhode Island in 1959. He was then sent to Data Processing School in Bainbridge, Maryland. After 12 weeks of training, he was kept on as an instructor. He spent 3 years there, and then 3 years in San Diego instructing sailors about computers. In 1974, he went to Washington, D.C. to be the Director of Data Processing Officer Training School. He then retired from active duty on December 31st, 1977. He and his wife and 3 children returned to Bennington, where his wife owned and operated Martin's Mini Mart, and Senior Chief Tatterow became employed at GE Aerospace in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, where he retired from in 1999.
Bernard Anthony Gallipo. Bernard helped construct the runway on Tinian for the landing of the Enola Gay aircraft that carried the atomic bomb to Hiroshima. He lived in Bennington his entire life and married Julianne Blodgett and raised their 5 children, Charlene, Bernard Jr., Kevin, Julie, and Darlene. Bernard Jr. served in Vietnam. Stephen Wright. Stephen served in the Navy and then the Air Force from 1957 to 1964. In the Navy, he was on the USS FDR aircraft carrier. In the Air Force, he served at an Air Force radar base in St. Albans, Vermont. He now lives at the Vermont Veterans Home. Donald J. Cohn. Donald served in the Navy from 1954 to 1958. He spent 46 months at sea duty aboard the USS Owen. He earned the rank of third-class signalman as a signal supervisor. He also was awarded the Korean Service Medal, China Service Medal, Good Conduct Medal, and the National Defense Medal. Gerald G. Morse. Gerald served in the Navy from 1975 to 1979, securing the rank of E5 while serving on the USS Fist. Jay Iskowitz. Jay joined the Navy in 1963, being deployed to the Mekong Delta from 1966 to 1967. He earned the rank EN3 to E4.